Oh, there. Let's change your diaper. My name is Ari. I'm a 30-year-old stay-at-home mom. I married my husband Kenji and quit my job after giving birth. I really wanted to keep working, but Kenji insisted, so I decided to focus on housework and raise our child. My daughter Ami is so adorable, and that part of my day is always comforting. But...
I'm home.
Hello. Huh? Mother-in-law? Lately, I've been having a problem. It's my mother-in-law. Why are you here? Oh, why? Am I not allowed to come? Of course you're welcome. Where's Ami anyway? Give her to me now. Since I gave birth, my mother-in-law has been coming over almost every week just to see Ami. That in itself might be common. But recently, her behavior has been a bit strange. Hurry up and hand her over. Just a moment. She needs to hold her more gently. It's dangerous. Ami, I've missed you. Look, I'm your mommy now. What? Mother-in-law, I told you before. Please stop doing that. Huh? What's the problem? Calling yourself mommy. You're her grandma. My, treating me like an old lady. I'm still in my 50s, you know. How rude. No, that's not what I meant. And besides, I've always dreamed of being a mother to a little girl. I won't let you hog Ami all to yourself. Oh no, it's always like this. Hey, Kenji.
What?
If your mother's coming over, tell me.
Oh, I ran into her after work.
Well, you could at least give me a heads up. I haven't prepared any dinner.
Don't worry about it. She's just here for Ami. Oh, there's a limited time event going on. Gonna roll the gacha. Let me know when dinner is ready.
Wait a second. This kind of thing has been happening more often. Kenji is so laid back, spending most of his time at home playing games. Even when mother-in-law isn't around, he doesn't help with housework or childcare at all. And even when Ami is crying, Kenji, can you help a bit?
She'll be fine. You know what they say. Crying babies grow up healthy.
He hardly takes care of her. I was already struggling with my mother-in-law, but at least she used to come over only with Kenji. However, her behavior has escalated since then. Yes? Hello, I've come to visit. Mother-in-law, why are you here alone? It's fine, we're family. Besides, Ami is my daughter too. Excuse me? No, she's not. Also, it's really inconvenient when you show up unannounced. Stop fussing. I'll take care of Ami. Just go and do some shopping. Wait a minute. She acts all high and mighty about helping, but she leaves dangerous things around Ami. I can't trust her to take care of my daughter, and her solo visits has been increasing. Since I can't leave Ami with her, I'm stuck by her side. Even in my own home, it's exhausting. Kenji hasn't changed either.
Mom's coming to see Ami tomorrow too.
What? Every week is too much.
Come on, she just loves her first grandchild. You should be happy about Mom's visit.
What?
She's helping with childcare. You should be more grateful.
Are you serious?
Huh? What did I say wrong?
You think I should be happy about mother-in-law coming over all the time? No way!
Huh? She's my family. Show some respect.
Kenji, think about it. If the situation continues, she will take Ami away from us.
What?
Don't you find it weird? She calls herself mommy, says Ami is her daughter, never lets go of her, and even mentioned taking Ami on a trip alone. This is too much.
Haha.
What?
That's what you're worried about.
Kenji?
There's no way she'd take Ami from us. You are such a worrywart, Eri.
No, I'm serious.
Alright, that's enough for today. I'm tired from work and need a bath.
Wait a minute. This isn't what I imagined. Kenji and mother-in-law were so nice when we first met. Father-in-law was quiet and didn't talk much, But both of them were thrilled when Ami was born. I never expected this to happen. I thought they were sensible. Was I wrong? My family lives far away, and I don't know many people around here. Thinking about Kenji and mother-in-law every day makes me question if I'm the one who's being unreasonable. But now I know there's nothing wrong with me. When we visited my in-laws for the summer holidays, this happened. Ami, you're so cute like as usual. Like every time, once she holds Ami in her arms, she never lets go. Today is going to be even more tiring. Eri, it's been a while. Ami is as cute as ever. Oh, Haruka, long time no see. I'm glad you're doing well. This is Haruka. She married to Kenji's brother Satoru. Coincidentally, she's also a junior from my hometown. We were both surprised to meet again when I went to Satoru's wedding. With few acquaintances here, having Haruka around has been a blessing for me. But my mother-in-law seems to think otherwise. Can I hold her too? Of course. Huh? Don't you dare touch my Ami. What? You cheeky girl. Hurry up and have your own kids, and make sure it's a girl. Mother-in-law, you don't have to say it like that. And she's not your Ami, she's mine. How rude. Just because you happen to have a girl, you're getting cocky. Ami is our family child. Excuse me? This is hopeless.
Mom, did you say something nasty to Haruka again?
I only said what needed to be said.
Give me a break. I didn't marry just to give you grandkids.
See? You made Ami cry with all your yelling. She doesn't like you too. Come on, Ami. Let's go play with Mommy. Wait, mother-in-law.
Eri, I'm sorry. Mom's always causing trouble.
No, it's not your fault, Satoru. As you can see, my brother-in-law and his wife are reasonable people. Having Haruka and Satoru around reassures me that I'm not wrong. Compared to them, Kenji.
Oh, Big Bro often clashes with Mom. He gets so worked up.
No, honestly, I think mother-in-law is the one being unreasonable.
Did something happen? No, nothing. Just a little excitement. Anyway, let's eat.
I've been growing increasingly frustrated with Kenji's carefree attitude. Finally, it was time to leave. But mother-in-law wouldn't let go of Ami at the door. I'm going to miss you. Oh, I know. Just let Ami stay over at our place. Then we can be together all the time. Excuse me? That's impossible.
Haha, Eri, are you joking with Mom again? It's fine if she stays for one night.
Kenji,
What's up?
you should try not to make things harder for Eri.
What are you talking about? She's fine.
I'm saying this for your own good.
Don't worry, we're doing great.
Is that so? I kept getting more and more exhausted dealing with my mother-in-law. Recently, I've been taking Ami out more often to avoid her. As long as we're at the park or outside, it's fine since mother-in-law won't come over if no one is home. There's no way she'll wait around if we're not home. Or so I thought. I was too naive. Alright, time to do some chores. Finally, you're back. What? Mother-in-law? It's not good for Ami to be outside for so long. She might catch a cold. How did you get in here? I locked the door. Oh, I unlocked it. What? You... How? Of course I used the spare key. Now I can come over anytime I want. Huh? I couldn't believe it. Mother-in-law had asked Kenji to make a spare key for a house without telling me. This was too much. I confronted her immediately, but her reasoning was beyond me. Stop fussing over a spare key. We're family. So this is my house too. You should be grateful I'm not taking Ami to my place. My house? How far will she go? I had reached my limit. That night, after mother-in-law left, I confronted Kenji to have a serious talk. I felt like I was losing my place in my own home, not just Ami. Kenji, this has to stop. This is too much.
Is this about mom again?
Yes, she made a spare key without asking.
What are you talking about? This is for your own good too.
For my good?
Yeah, isn't it great? Mom can come over anytime and help out. You can focus on housework without any worries.
Huh? At that moment, something snapped in my mind. I realized it was useless to argue. Fine, whatever. Do what you want. I'll do what I want too. A few days later, I left home with Ami. We went on a little trip without telling Kenji or mother-in-law. They bombarded me with messages and calls. Mother-in-law was furious and Kenji was upset, but I didn't care. After some time, I returned home when Kenji wasn't there. Once they found out, mother-in-law and Kenji came over right away, especially mother-in-law, who was extremely angry. So you finally came back. I won't forgive you. I'm taking Ami with me.
Eri, I'm home. Where are you?
Over here.
Eri, wait. What? Satoru?
Welcome back.
Why are you here too? We need to have a serious talk today.
I don't have time to talk to you. Eri, what were you thinking? Taking Ami and leaving without a word. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you should have at least contacted us.
Right back at you. I'm the one who finds mother-in-law's behavior unbelievable. And who is it that always brings her over without any notice?
Well, that's...
Where's Ami anyway? Where's my daughter? She better be here. She's not here. What? I said I'd come home, but I never said I'd bring Ami. It's not good for her to be around in this kind of environment.
Where is Ami now?
She's at my parents' place. During that time, I went back to my hometown, explained everything to my parents, and arranged for them to help take care of Ami for a while. I also contacted Satoru and Haruka and told them everything. That's why we're all here now. Oh, and I've also started the process to go back to work.
Huh? Why?
From now on, I'm going to raise Ami on my own.
Wait, what does that mean?
Don't you get it? I'm divorcing you.
What? Wait. You can't just say that all of a sudden.
Say what you want. I don't expect anything from you anymore.
What the hell? This is ridiculous. Kenji, cool down and think for a moment. Satoru? Eri has given you plenty of signs, and since Ami was born, mom's behavior has been completely irrational. You never helped Eri or took care of Ami, so this is a natural result. That's... Kenji, let's be clear. You haven't been thinking at all.
How dare you? If you want to divorce, go ahead. I don't care about Eri leaving. But Ami stays with us.
Yeah, Eri, let's make up with mom. If we talk it out, we can fix this.
I can't watch this anymore.
Me neither. Mom, if this continues, we can't be a family.
Ha! You're all so noisy. Do whatever you want. If you can't have a daughter, then there's no point in you getting married.
What did you say?
You're all so annoying. How many times do I have to tell you Ami is my daughter? Hand her over.
Eri, you and my brother just making mom mad. Anyway, just bring Ami here. I want to see her too. Huh? Eri?
Don't you dare underestimate me. Huh?
Eek!
There's no way I'm leaving my precious daughter with a crazy old hag and a worthless man.
Eri!
What the hell are you saying? It's so rude. Don't use swear words to us. Huh? Why couldn't I do that to someone who deserves it? Don't think you can always walk all over me.
Eri, what's going on? You never get this mad.
I won't show this side of me in front of my child. That's why I left her with my parents. I'm not dealing with you irrational people anymore. Do you have any idea how much I've been holding back? I became a stay-at-home mom because you were terrible at housework and childcare. You said you'd help occasionally, but you barely take care of Ami, and you spend your days off playing games.
That's because I'm tired from work.
Tired from work? Housework and childcare are non-stop every day. And how do you have the energy to play games when you're so tired, huh? While I'm cleaning and taking care of Ami, you're just lounging around. Honestly, you're just in the way.
Sorry.
And you crazy old hag? What did you say? You keep making Ami call you mommy and barging into our house. It's disgusting at your age. What? And the way you talk to Haruka is unacceptable. Why should she have to take orders from you about having kids? We don't live our lives to please you. Stop acting like the queen of the family. I could tolerate a lot if it was just about me. But if you mess with my precious Ami or my friends, I won't let it slide. Got it?
Yes.
This is why I told you not to push Eri too far.
What's going on here?
You probably don't know since you met Eri after she started working. But she was known as the scariest senior back in high school.
What? I had no idea.
She's calm and kind now, but it's your fault for ignoring my warnings and pushing her this far.
In a divorce, custody will likely go to Eri. No way.
And just like that, Kenji was completely deflated. I've never been this angry since becoming an adult. But mother-in-law, of course, wouldn't let it go. No way! I can't accept this. You're all trying to take Ami from me. I was just loving her. You're the ones at fault. But I was prepared for this. I had a plan. Remember this. I won't give up.
Enough already. Huh? Dad?
Honey, why are you here?
I've been listening the whole time in the next room.
Father-in-law, I'm sorry. I wanted to handle this sooner, but
No, it's fine. I've reached my limit too.
I had already talked to my father-in-law about what was going on. He's usually quiet, but he was so happy that he cried when Ami was born. I knew he'd understand if I explained. He had been hiding to see mother-in-law's true colors.
You've been going out a lot lately, telling me you are meeting friends, but you are lying and coming here to bother Eri.
That's because I thought I'd be stopped.
Of course you would be. Don't you feel any shame for causing so much trouble?
Ugh.
It's partly my fault we didn't have a daughter, but that doesn't give you the right to make others suffer.
But...
I've learned everything you've been doing. If you continue to bother Eri or Satoru, we are getting a divorce.
No way!
Eri, Haruka, Satoru, I'm so sorry. I'll take responsibility for mother-in-law.
Thank you, father-in-law. We'll be fine now.
No one can stand up to that.
Mother-in-law, who had been so persistent, was stunned into silence and left after being scolded by father-in-law. Quiet people are indeed scary when they're angry.
Eri, I'm really sorry. I was wrong, but please, don't divorce me.
What? You're still here? Just disappear already. Go with your beloved mother.
Eri, please, wait. Don't leave me.
After that, I successfully divorced Kenji. With the help of my parents, Haruka and Satoru, I've gone back to work and I'm balancing it with raising Ami. It's tough, but I feel more alive than before. Haruka and Satoru have also cut ties with mother-in-law. She caused such a ruckus not being able to see Ami that the neighbors complained, and she was placed in a facility. Father-in-law is considering divorce too. As for Kenji, he's finally realized his mistakes and has been begging for forgiveness, but I haven't let him see Ami. It's his own fault. I occasionally hear from father-in-law that Kenji is truly sorry. Since father-in-law has been so kind to me, I plan to visit him with Ami once things settle down. Maybe if Kenji really changes, I might consider letting him see Ami one day. But for now, I'm enjoying my life and have no plans to remarry. I'm Asami. I'm the mother of 3 siblings. I've been married to Kenji for 10 years, but our relationship has gone cold. Hey, I told you to clean up your own dishes after eating, didn't I?
Huh? Why don't you do it? My mom used to do it without complaining.
Kenji never helps with the household chores, not even small tasks like cleaning up his dishes.
A good mother should make sure her husband is comfortable. You are a lousy mother because you can't even do that.
What? Because of you, the kids.
If Dad doesn't do it, I won't do it either. Yeah, Mom should do it.
How dare you say that? No allowance for you.
Eek, Mom, you are so stingy. Bad Mom.
Hey, you too. Our sons growing up watching Kenji started to act selfishly just like my husband. I scolded them every time, but Kenji didn't see anything wrong with their behavior.
Honestly, the boys are so honest. But you, try to be a parent they love, like me.
You're the one being ridiculous. You say things that are terrible for their upbringing.
Huh? Who decided it was bad for them? I'm the head of this house. I make way more money than you do at your part-time job. I'm the one who sets the rules. A low-income woman like you shouldn't defy her husband.
What? Kenji always acted superior because he earned more. I don't work part-time because I want to. You told me to quit my job.
Yeah. Women always shifts the blame. You were so obedient before we got married. Learn your place.
It's true that I rely on Kenji for support, so I felt I had to obey him. No matter how much I argued, I could never win. Even the kids looked down on me, siding with their father. The only one on my side was our youngest daughter, Hana. Mom, don't cry. The worst ones are the guys. Hana seemed mature for her age, calmly watching her father's behavior. She must have realized that we were both women in this situation. Thank you, and I'm sorry. Every time Hana comforted me, I felt overwhelmed with guilt. Since my husband wasn't reliable, it was my job to protect our children. Being comforted by Hana felt so pathetic. Where did I go wrong? I spent every day worrying about it. When I married Kenji, I quit my job. I had been working hard at a design firm, but I resigned to focus on raising kids as Kenji wanted.
Since it's our first child, I think it's best if you focus on parenting.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I'll go back to work once the kids are older, okay?
Of course, I'll help you balance work and parenting.
But Kenji didn't help at all with housework or childcare. Because of that, I was stuck doing all the household chores and taking care of the kids. Even when I tried to go back to work, I could only manage short part-time hours. If only I hadn't trusted Kenji back then. I regretted it, but it was too late. I reached my 40s without being able to work full-time and found it hard to get a permanent job. Then one day, something happened that pushed me even further. Hey, Asami, got a minute? Tomoko? She's Tomoko. She's my mom friend who lives nearby. She's a full-time career woman and someone I secretly admire. Here, have some tea. Thanks. Tomoko seemed troubled. I had a bad feeling. Can you three just play in the other room for a bit?
Oh no. Why do we have to listen to Mom?
Alright, let's go play over there. Hana led her two older brothers to the other room. So what's up? You look serious. Actually, I work at the same company as your husband Kenji. Really? I didn't know that. Yes, we're in the same department. So I know what he's up to at work. Kenji's been hiding the fact that he's married. What? Why would he hide that he's married? He pretends to be single and hitting on a younger colleague. He even tells everyone he prefers younger women. Until now, he hadn't crossed any lines, so he was overlooked. But there's a new girl at the company, Yuki, who happens to be Kenji's ex-girlfriend. No way! Kenji and Yuki have been openly flirting at work. I call it an affair. This can't be.
Asami, what are you going to do? If you're thinking about divorce, I might be able to help. No, thank you. I appreciate your concern. Thanks for telling me. I declined Tomoko's offer. I couldn't make such a serious decision like divorce. It might be a misunderstanding. Even if it was true, enduring it would be better for the kids. I can't support them on my low income alone. I can't live without my husband. But a few days later, that hope was shattered.
What?
Stop it already!
They are so noisy. Hey, quiet those kids down. I can't hear the TV.
Enough already. You're their father, aren't you? Can't you discipline them?
What's your problem? Disciplining kids is a mom's job. Now, get me my beer already.
Oh, so it's a mom's job, huh? Then what's a dad's job?
Come on, I'm making money for the family and sometimes I play with the kids. That's good parenting. Before the kids were born, you weren't like this. You used to put me first and spoil me. I can't deal with this anymore.
What?
Right now, you care more about the kids than me. Just divorce me and raise them on your own.
The kids' faces turned to despair at their father's words.
Daddy? Divorce?
I let out a big sigh. I was shocked at Kenji for saying such things in front of the children. What? Don't you realize you're a father to 3 kids? You can't just throw around the word divorce so lightly.
You're worried about divorce? I stayed with you out of pity.
What?
You are always complaining. You can't even get a full-time job with a decent income. I'm earning more, so obviously, I'm more important. Women should just shut up and support their man. And what about you? You are always complaining and you don't do your housework or childcare properly. I'm divorcing you. I don't want to see you anymore.
What? What about the kids?
I don't care. I never wanted those noisy brats anyway. Oh no. What? Goodbye. Don't contact me again. If you do, I'll report you to the police as a stalker.
Kenji packed his things and left the house. All that was left was me and my anxious children.
Daddy, what does this mean?
Don't you understand? Daddy left us. He said he didn't want us anymore. Hana said harshly, and my son started crying all at once.
What? Daddy?
This wasn't supposed to happen. I endured it all to avoid making the kids sad. Maybe I should have confronted Kenji about his cheating earlier. Regret filled my mind, and all I could do was cry.
Yuki, I'm home.
Kenji, what are you doing here?
I've decided to move in with you from today.
Why?
Asami was so annoying. You are the best. I've left her, so let's get married.
I'm so happy. We'll definitely be happy together. A week passed. I didn't know what to do each day. I couldn't contact Kenji, fearing he accused me of stalking, and I was too scared to gather evidence of his cheating. The kids were depressed from the shock of their father leaving.
Sniff. Why? Maybe we were bad kids.
The one who's wrong is Dad. Wake up already, brothers. Only my youngest daughter, Hana, kept a brave face. She must have realized her father's behavior was abnormal.
Dad was wrong? But of course, it's expected for mom to do everything.
Why don't you ask your teachers or friends at school? They definitely say Dad was wrong. You should realize how embarrassing you've been.
Oh, what shall we do?
The sons fell silent, contemplating their sister's words. They're trying to move forward on their own. I need to do something too. But what should I do? Oh, I know. I gathered my courage and visited Tomoko, who lived next door. Hi, this is Tanaka. Tomoko? It's me, Asami from next door. Asami? What's wrong? You look so pale. Tomoko immediately showed concern for me. I bowed deeply to her. Please, help us. Just come in first. Tell me what's going on. What happened is, I confessed everything to Tomoko, how my husband left us, how he threatened to call me a stalker if I tried to contact him. When I finished, Tomoko was furious. What a terrible man! That's unforgivable! It's absurd that you have to obey just because your income is lower. And claiming it's a mother's job and pushing everything onto you is too unfair. Your husband is totally in the wrong. Tomoko. I started to cry, touched by her anger as if it were her own problem. I knew Kenji was wrong, but after being constantly put down, I was losing my confidence in myself. What am I going to do now? Leave it to me. I'll make sure your husband pays. Tomoko? My cousin is a lawyer. He specializes in divorce and infidelity cases. I can't promise it'll be free, but I'll ask him to help as much as he can. Tomoko. I'll keep my eyes on him as your husband's colleague. If you hear from him, let me know, okay? Yes. Thank you so much. 1 month later. While I continued coordinating with Tomoko and the lawyer, I received a message from Kenji.
I have something I want to talk about. Can you come?
I didn't reply immediately. Tomoko had warned me that acting on my own could put me at a disadvantage. I contacted Tomoko. Tomoko, I got a message from my husband. I see. Can you tell me the details? Actually, when I told her the content of the message, Tomoko gave a little laugh. Your husband's panicking. Tomoko, did you do something? Yes, I'd like to join the meeting with your husband, if that's okay. Yes, please. I was feeling anxious about going alone. Of course. Leave it to me. We'll make sure he regrets this. A few days later, I arrived at the restaurant that Kenji had specified. He looked much more worn out than the last time I saw him. Kenji.
It's your fault. You said you wanted a divorce.
What? Kenji was the one who brought up the divorce in the first place. It wasn't my idea. As I struggled to understand what Kenji was saying, he started shouting even louder.
If you hadn't kicked me out, I wouldn't have been tricked by that woman. It's all your fault. But don't worry, I'm generous. I'll take you back. You should be grateful.
Wait, what are you talking about? Isn't this about the divorce? No matter how much I asked, we couldn't have a normal conversation. What should I do? It seemed like something happened. Asami, I'm sorry for being late. Tomoko.
What?
When Kenji saw Tomoko, he turned pale.
Ms. Tanaka? What is the manager doing here?
What? I looked at Tomoko in surprise, and she gave a wry smile. Sorry I didn't tell you. Actually, I'm the manager at the department where your husband works. I thought you might find it hard to talk to me if you knew I was his boss. But it doesn't matter now anymore. Kenji's been fired from our company. What? What happened? I don't understand at all. Alright, I'll explain. First of all, Kenji's affair partner, Yuki, is actually married. What? Yuki was doing the same thing as Kenji. She hid the fact that she's married and had an affair. She was even considering divorcing her current husband to marry Kenji. But as I was gathering evidence of Kenji's affair as his manager, I found out about it. The company couldn't overlook it, so they fired both of them. Of course, Yuki's family was also informed. It sounds like they're having a hard time too. I see. Tomoko's story made my heart warm. I couldn't thank her enough for taking it so seriously.
Damn it! Yuki is trying to make me pay for her husband's alimony too. What do you mean alimony? Why is a woman like you paying alimony?
I don't know. The lawyer says so. But you will help me pay, right? Since you're going to marry me.
What? No way! I'm going back to my own home. Unlike you, Asami will forgive me.
Hey!
Yuki was really a horrible woman. But you are a reasonable woman, right? You will forgive me, won't you?
Kenji said with a grin. making my anger boil. So selfish. I'll forgive you? How could he say that?
Hey, about the divorce. It was just a joke, right? The kids must be missing me without their dad around. They were always closer to me than you. I'm not mad anymore. So let's get back together, okay?
I'd had enough. I'm used to being looked down on, but bringing the kids into this was unforgivable. Enough already.
What?
I told you over and over to help out with the housework and childcare. Have you ever really done anything for the kids? Playing with them occasionally doesn't count as childcare. You don't discipline them. You don't even scold them. It's like you're just petting a cute neighbor's pet now and then.
But you can't manage without me, can you? You are just a low-income part-timer.
Sure, I earn less than you. But that doesn't make me incompetent. I used to work full-time, remember? Even if getting a permanent position is tough, if I put my mind to it, I can make it on my own. Alright, you got fired. So now you earn less than me, don't you? But if you're more capable than me, you can manage on your own, right? Though with alimony, your life might get a bit tough.
Asami, please, wait!
I'm done being tied down by someone as selfish as you. Just as you wished, I'll raise the kids on my own. I said firmly and walked away from Kenji. He was saying something behind me, but I didn't even look back. You did it, Asami. That was awesome. Tomoko, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. It's nothing. I'm just glad the worst person at the company is gone. Actually, there's something I'd like to ask of you. Something you'd like to ask of me? You're a former designer, right? There's a mid-career opening at a design company we work with. If you're interested, why don't you apply? I thought for a few seconds about what Tomoko said. Until now, I thought breaking the current situation was a bad thing. It felt natural that I, being supported by him, couldn't go against him. I kept making excuses that the kids would suffer if my husband left. I kept postponing important decisions. But now, I'm different. Freed from my husband, I can break out the current situation on my own will. Alright, I'll take that offer. Tomoko smiled happily as I nodded confidently. After that, I successfully divorced Kenji. In the mediation through a lawyer, Kenji was found 100% at fault, and the alimony amount was set at a high 3 million yen. Unable to pay with his savings alone, Kenji turned to his family for help, but he was refused.
Your affair caused the divorce. A real man takes responsibility for his actions.
My father-in-law was a dominant man, but also very strict with men. Maybe it all started when I spoiled Kenji after he was freed from his father's control.
Why won't you help me? Aren't I your precious son? If you want to be served by your wife, loving her is the bare minimum. A man who can't cherish his wife is no longer my son. Never set foot in this house again.
The alimony payments from Kenji stopped for a while, but after his assets were seized, it was paid in full. Rumor has it he's struggling to find a company willing to employ him long-term due to his lack of skills, and is barely scraping by with day labor jobs.
This isn't how it was supposed to be. Why did it come to this?
I also heard that Yuki, his affair partner, tried to dodge her alimony but failed. Her family paid on her behalf, but now she's being pushed into an unwanted marriage. It's not my fault. It's all because of Kenji. Once the divorce was finalized, my arrogant sons also changed their attitudes.
Mom, I'm so sorry. We are sorry. We asked our teachers and friends. We realized we were doing really shameful things. I got really scared when my friends said, if you keep acting like your dad, you will end up abandoning your kids too. I'm really sorry.
Boys, it's okay as long as you understand now. When you get married, make sure to cherish your wife, okay?
Yes, we will.
My sons have firmly promised me. I still don't know how things will actually turn out, but I want to gradually erase the negative influence their father had. Meanwhile, I successfully get a job at a design company that Tomoko introduced me to. It's still a part-time position, but my boss says becoming a full-time employee isn't just a dream. I'm also grateful for the frequent opportunities to work from home. Today is a work-from-home day. Whenever I'm working on my computer, Hana always wants to watch me work. Hey, is it that fun to watch me work? Yeah, because my mom is now my role model. Your role model? Since Daddy left, Mommy seems so cool to me, so I want to be like you too. Because of my shortcomings, I placed a heavy burden on Hana until now. If I can be her role model, there's nothing more I could ask for. Mommy will keep working hard from now on. Yeah, I'm cheering you on. To become someone my kids can look up to, I'll keep living positively from now on. I'm Haruka. I married Takeru, a classmate from high school, and left the company I was working at. I really wanted to keep working after getting married, but I decided to support my husband as a homemaker because he wanted me to stay home and take care of the household. Our son Shun was born, and it's been 15 years already. The other day, Shun took the entrance exam for his first choice high school and passed. I was as thrilled as if it were my own success, but...
That's not a big deal. The chances of passing were high, so getting all excited is silly.
But you passed. We should celebrate somehow.
I said, it's fine.
Sometimes Shun's attitude makes me feel lonely. But seeing him grow is my biggest source of comfort. Then, one day... Hello, Dad?
Haruka?
What's up? It's rare for you to call me.
Well, actually...
What? Mom collapsed? I couldn't help but raise my voice at the unexpected news that my mom had suddenly collapsed. It seems she was overworked, but her life isn't in danger.
Can you come see her soon? Bring Shun and Takeru too. I think seeing you all will cheer her up.
It's true. We haven't visited for a while, and I want Mom and Dad to see Shun. Okay. I'll talk to Takeru and let you know when we can come. I hung up the phone, but I've been struggling with something I couldn't even talk to my parents about. That is...
No.
But we haven't visited my parents in ages, and I want to show them Shun's face. I'm worried about my mom's health. If it doesn't work with your job schedule, Shun and I can go alone. Takeru looked at me coldly and sighed deeply.
You've forgotten what I said last time you wanted to visit your parents.
I remember, but I'm really worried about Mom since she collapsed. Then Takeru slammed the table, showing he had no intention of accepting my suggestion.
You are my wife. Don't ever get involved with your parents again.
That's not fair. My husband has always been a tyrant and very strict about me visiting my parents. He always says that since I married into his family, I should prioritize them. Because of that, I've been only allowed to visit my parents a few times since we got married.
Don't ever mention wanting to visit your parents again. You don't even work, and I'm supporting you.
Well, that's because you wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom.
What? You got a problem with that?
I could never say anything back to him for his intimidating attitude. It's just not right to forbid me from visiting my family, even if I'm married into his family. But since I rely on him to support me as a homemaker, I hesitated to argue.
Let's drop this. I'm tired from work.
With that, he left the room. How can I make him understand? No matter how much I thought about it, I couldn't find a solution. Sometimes I wondered if there was any point in remaining his wife, feeling so trapped, but he ever mentioned divorce. How would I live with Shun by myself? With that thought, I couldn't consider any other path but to endure and continue our life as it was. One day, the doorbell rang unexpectedly. When I opened the door, "Yes?" "Oh, Haruka, are Takeru and Shun home?"
My mother-in-law, Masami, lives just 5 minutes away on foot and often drops by unannounced. Mother-in-law, I'd appreciate it if you could call ahead. Oh, come on. We're family. It's too formal to call every time. Don't worry about it. With that, she walked right into our house as if it were her own. No matter how many times I asked her to call in advance, she never listened, insisting we're family. At first, I thought she was kind and approachable. Takeru, you look a bit pale. Have you lost weight? Is Haruka feeding you properly? She pretends to worry just to get a dig in at me. It would be easier if my husband supported me, but...
I eat every day, but Haruka's cooking is so bland. I prefer mom's cooking.
Masami's face lit up with satisfaction at his words. I've tried her cooking a few times. It's always heavily seasoned. My husband grew up with that taste, so he wouldn't eat my lighter, healthier cooking, saying it was tasteless. It made me sad.
Oh, Grandma's here.
Shun, I missed you.
We just saw each other last week.
But a whole week is too long. I want to see you every day. My mother-in-law has adored Shun since he was a child. Maybe because he's her only grandchild. I'm genuinely glad she loves him so much. Shun, you're growing so fast. Your mom's cooking must not be enough. Come over to Grandma's for dinner sometime. Well, that doesn't stop her from taking shots at me. As we were talking, my husband suddenly remembered something.
By the way, Mom, listen to this. She wants to visit her parents again.
What? Back to your parents? Yes. My mother collapsed from overwork. I want to check on her. Oh, I see. That's serious.
I keep telling her she should cut ties with her family since she married into ours, but she doesn't get it.
Of course I don't. My husband then asked his mom to back him up, but her response surprised me. If it makes Haruka feel better, let her go. Really? Of course. They raised you after all. You should say a proper goodbye. Goodbye? Once you visit this time, promise you'll never ask to go back again. You're our daughter-in-law and should focus on this family. That's... I understand I married into this family, but cutting ties with my own just doesn't sit right with me. When I was young, I rarely got to visit my family. Haruka, you need to be more aware of your role as her daughter-in-law.
Exactly. You should be grateful to my mom for even allowing this.
Their words were ridiculous, but I couldn't rest arguing and losing the chance to visit my parents. I decided to visit my parents first and deal with the rest later. A month later, Shun and I were set to go home. What? What do you mean I can't visit my parents now?
I just explained. Mom needs your help with something urgent, and it happens to be on the same day.
But we already bought the plane tickets, and my mom is looking forward to seeing Shun. You can't just change this last minute. My husband sighed heavily, clearly annoyed.
Stop whining. I don't know your family's situation. You are just out of luck this time.
These are the people who wanted to cut me off from my family. They probably never intended to let me go. Still, I thought maybe my mother-in-law had a genuine emergency and spoke to her directly. I invited a few friends over for tea that day, and I can't host them without any help. Then I remembered you're good at baking. I vaguely remembered mentioning that years ago, before I even married Takeru. I was shocked. She brought up something from nearly 20 years ago and planned her gathering on the day I was supposed to visit my parents, expecting me to serve her friends. If this continues, I'll be stuck living a life completely controlled by them. I refuse to live my life just obeying my husband's family because I married into it. I know it sounds harsh, but it's common sense for a daughter-in-law to prioritize her husband's family over her own. You understand, right, Haruka? My husband also told me to cut ties with my family after we got married. Mother-in-law, I'll do that too. My mother-in-law's face lit up with a joy at my response. Wonderful. You might feel lonely at first, but you'll get used to it soon enough.
With that, she left, clearly thinking I had agreed to cut ties with my family. I knew I couldn't let things continue like this, so I decided to put a plan into action. A month later, on the day mother-in-law had invited her friends over. Hello? Haruka, when are you coming over? You need to prepare before my friends arrive. Mother-in-law's frantic voice echoed through the phone. I've been calling you over and over, but you never answered. Where are you? With a sigh, I responded to her panicked voice. I told you before, today is the day I'm visiting my parents. That was supposed to be cancelled. Are you at your parents' house now? How can you break your promise to your mother-in-law like this? She didn't let me explain and just kept ranting. Who's being unreasonable? I married Takeru, but I'm not cutting ties with my parents. If you insist, I'll consider divorcing Takeru. What? Divorce? After everything Takeru has done for you? Take that back! Predictably, she started shouting hysterically when I mentioned divorce. No matter what you say, I'm not taking it back. I've been considering divorce for a long time. I'll discuss it with Takeru, so don't worry about it. I hung up. This was the first time I'd stood up to mother-in-law like that. I felt good to finally say what I needed to, but this was far from over.
Mom, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Sorry to make you worry, Shun.
It's okay, really.
I'd already explained to Shun that I was considering divorce. I felt guilty about putting him through this, but he didn't seem too affected.
I know you've been struggling, Mom. I won't say anything about the divorce.
His words, though simple, were a huge comfort to me. I resolved to ensure Shun had a stable life until he became an adult, even if I had to do it alone. That night, my phone rang again. This time it was my husband.
I heard everything from Mom. What's this about divorce?
Just like his mom, he started yelling at me.
And now I come home to find most of your and Shun's stuff gone. What's going on?
I had secretly moved our belongings out while he was at work, planning never to return to that house again.
You don't plan on coming back, do you?
No, we're not officially divorced yet. I plan to discuss this further in person. Realizing I had moved out our belongings, Takeru spoke with a hint of panic.
Maybe Mom and I said some things we shouldn't have, but divorce isn't necessary.
He was trying to make me reconsider, but staying meant returning to a life of submission. I wasn't going back to that. I'll be in touch to set up a time to talk.
Hey!
Ignoring him, I hung up the phone. Whether he agreed to the divorce or not, I had to end this life soon. Later, I returned home with Shun.
Let's get one thing straight. I'm not agreeing to a divorce.
His first words weren't an apology, but a refusal to divorce. You should think this over again. Why is mother-in-law here? Takeru asked me to come. We can't discuss something this important without us, right, honey? To persuade me, my husband had also brought his father, Yoshinobu. Unlike mother-in-law, he was quiet and we barely spoken in our 20-year marriage. But mother-in-law often cited him to support her views, making me wary of him.
Talking about divorce at your age is ridiculous. It'll be a scandal.
Exactly. Things have been fine so far. If you just endure a bit more, everything will be fine. I've endured enough. I'm asking for a divorce because I can't continue this marriage.
What are you saying? Have you thought about how you live after the divorce? You are a housewife. How will you find a job or place to live?
I've already found a job and an apartment.
What?
They stared at me stunned. I'm not acting impulsively. A former colleague offered me a job and I start next week. But don't you feel bad for Shun, having his parents divorced, forcing him to live without his mother? Excuse me? Mother-in-law seemed to think I leave Shun behind. I was taken aback. Of course Shun is coming with me.
What are you talking about? Shun is our precious heir.
Yes, you can't take my grandchild away. I was speechless at their nerve to say such things in front of me, his mother. Shun is my son. You have no right to interfere. How dare you?
What does Shun think?
Shun, you don't want to be separated from Grandma, right? But Shun shook his head immediately.
Not at all. I know how much Mom has endured. I fully support the divorce. And just so you know, I'm going with Mom.
No way!
Mom's always been the one who cared about me the most. I hated seeing her treated badly by Dad and Grandma. Leaving would be the best thing for her.
Shun's words seemed to shock mother-in-law, leaving her silent. But my husband wasn't convinced yet.
I'm not agreeing to this divorce if you insist. You'll have to pay me alimony.
What?
You've caused me emotional distress. You should pay for that.
That's ridiculous. As I stood there speechless, father-in-law suddenly shouted.
Enough!
We all froze at his unexpected outburst.
If you'd been listening, you'd know you're not the one entitled to alimony. What? Haruka is asking for a divorce because of the way you and your mother treated her. If anything, you owe her. What?
You knew about this?
Yes, I heard from wife. She mostly complained about Haruka. But it was clear she and Takeru were making her life difficult. That's why I'm here.
Then father-in-law turned to me and bowed deeply.
I'm sorry I couldn't help sooner. I had no idea my wife and Takeru were causing you so much trouble.
I was surprised by father-in-law's concern. Mother-in-law always claimed he supported her views, but it turned out she'd been lying, and he'd been struggling with her behavior too.
Wait, I'm not convinced yet. Takeru, do you think Haruka would ask for divorce without gathering evidence of your mistreatment?
Takeru turned pale. I pulled a voice recorder from my pocket and placed it on the table. This contains recording of all the terrible things you and mother-in-law have said to me. If you refuse the divorce, we'll go to court. That seemed to be the final blow. Reluctantly, my husband agreed to the divorce. After our divorce, mother-in-law's hysteria caused a rift in her marriage, leading to her and father-in-law's divorce. Mother-in-law, devastated by the separation, fell into a depression and became bedridden. Takeru took her in, but the stress of caring for her and working led to a major mistake at work, resulting in him losing his job. Now he works long hours at a grocery store. As for me,
I'm off to school, Mom.
Here's your lunch. Have a good day. I've gotten used to life with Shun, who's now in high school. My colleagues are kind, and I love earning my own money.
Oh, thanks for the lunch, Mom.
Though Shun can still be a bit rebellious, he shows more appreciation now, making me happy every day. Despite the challenges, I cherish this peaceful life and hope it continues forever. I'm Ayaka. I've been dating a guy named Kota for 2 years.
Ayaka, it's time to go.
Okay. Today we're going to Kota's parents' house to announce our engagement.
Are you nervous?
Of course I am. I'm so scared.
Relax, relax.
Kota's easygoing personality is a perfect match for me since I get anxious easily.
Going to my parents' house.
Is something wrong?
The neighbor. Never mind.
Kota mumbled something vague, but we arrived at his parents' house. Well, thank you for coming.
Please come in.
Thank you for having me over. His parents were very calm and helped ease my nerves. And then, please let me marry Kota. Of course. We hope you'll be happy. His parents accepted our marriage with smiles.
Ayaka, we did it.
Yeah. Kota and I were thrilled together. But then, wait, just a minute. A stranger burst into the room. What? Who are you?
Miku?
Kota? How could you? After everything we had. Everything we had? Kota, what does she mean?
No, it's not like that. She's just a childhood friend.
Childhood friend?
Sorry, Kota. I mentioned today's visit. but I didn't think she would actually come.
Are you Kota's fiancé? You're not good enough for him. What? Why would you say that? I've loved Kota since we were kids. We even promised to get married when we were in kindergarten.
Well, that was back when we were in kindergarten.
Sorry, Miku, but that's how it is. No! It's fate for Kota and Mei to get married. Fate?
Today is important, so I don't have time for you.
Kota, are you touching me? Marrying me?
No.
Without understanding what was happening, our engagement announcement was abruptly interrupted.
Sorry for the surprise. Are you okay?
What's the deal with this childhood friend?
We used to play together as kids, but since elementary school, she's been weirdly obsessed with me. When I decided to live alone, she cried and stormed into my parents' house.
Why is she so obsessed with you?
She loves things like fortune-telling and tarot cards. She twists everything, like us being childhood friends and having close birthdays, into some kind of fate.
Isn't there a way to avoid her? Childhood friend or not, she's just another person.
Well, her parents and mine are really close. Even though she's like that, her parents treasure her. So we can't be too harsh.
I see.
Anyway, I don't have any feelings for Miku.
I got it. Well, we've met your parents, and now it's time for mine. Then we can start planning the wedding.
Exactly. Miku won't be an issue anymore.
We were relieved. After meeting my parents, I was searching for wedding venues at home when... Who could it be? What? I checked the intercom and saw Miku standing there. How did she find this place? Open up, Ayaka. Kota's dad told me where you live. Kota's dad? He's too nice. If you don't open up, I'll shout nasty things about you to your neighbors. Oh, come on. What do you want? I'm here to complain. Kota's at work, right? How does she know that? Look at this tarot card. Tarot card? The lover's card came up. It means love, attraction, and obstacles to overcome. Kota and I will overcome you and get married. What a ridiculous fantasy. It's not a fantasy. I want to prove your marriage. Kota's loved me since we were kids. If he's loved you for so long, why didn't he marry you? Huh, the hanged man card. What? Kota is the hanged man. It means self-sacrifice, self-abandonment, and trials. In other words, he's being held back by you. You're a hindrance. Stop basing everything on tarot cards. Oh, you don't believe in the power of tarot? You'll regret it. This is absurd. The devil card has come up for you. It's a bad omen. Something bad will happen to you. Wait, what? Soon, something bad will happen to you. You can't escape fate. Hey, where are you going? Laughing, Miku left the doorway. What is with her? But just as Miku had said, misfortune began to follow me from the next day. Ah! What?
A rock! Someone threw a rock!
What?
There aren't any kids around here. Who could have?
It must be Miku.
Come on. She wouldn't travel all the way here just to throw a rock. That's crazy.
But she would. I told you she came here yesterday.
Still...
Please, believe me. Kota was still skeptical. But more misfortunes continued to happen to me after that. What? My bike has a flat tire. I just pumped it up the other day. There's mud stuffed in the mailbox. Oh no, someone threw eggs at the window. This was getting out of hand, so I reported it to the police. But they said they couldn't do anything without identifying the culprit. If the police can't help, what am I supposed to do? I was exhausted from the constant misfortune. Then one day...
Well, it's you, Ayaka, who's going to marry Kota. Long time no see. Miku, you look tired. Did something bad happen? The way you're saying that, it's you causing all this, isn't it? Oh, that's quite an accusation. You have no proof. Why would you say such things? You live more than an hour away by car. Why do you come all the way here? Why not? I can be wherever I want, can't I? And you shouldn't be so rude. Rude? Listen, it's all fate. Your misfortunes and Kota and I being together. It's all destiny. You can't fight it. You're just using fate to justify your actions. What? You don't believe in fate? Those who don't believe will face disasters. Disasters? Are you planning something else? It's not me, but maybe your place will catch fire. You mean you would set it on fire? Did I say I'd do it? I'm just saying it might happen. If you did that, you'd put Kota in danger too. Do you get that? Don't worry. It'll happen when he's not home. I mean, fate says the fire will start when he's not around. There's no way that's fate. Anyway, you can't escape destiny. Better be prepared. What should I do? From what I've seen, she means what she says. I knew I had to do something, so I told Kota when he got home.
What? Miku came here and said that?
If she sets our place on fire, it'll spread to the other apartments too.
But even Miku wouldn't commit a crime like that.
She's already stuffed mud in the mailbox and thrown eggs at the window. Why wouldn't she do more?
You're right. But how do we stop her? If we can't think of anything, she might actually burn the place down.
That's the problem. We need a plan. As we were brainstorming, I had an idea. Kota, I think I know how we can stop Miku.
What? How?
I shared my plan with Kota.
Yes, that might be able to stop Miku. Let's do it. Actually, if she's seriously planning on setting the place on fire, we have to do that far already.
Yes, let's go with this plan. The day we put the plan into action. Well, I guess this is what they mean when they say it's hard to see what is under your nose. No one would ever think that someone would set fire to a place in broad daylight. Right. You always target the times when Kota's at work. What? Ayaka? I'm always inside at this time. Are you surprised to see me out here? Oh, I was just passing by. Do you really think that excuse will work? We know you're planning to set our place on fire. It's an accusation. It's all fate. I'm not doing anything. Fate is making it happen. You just admitted it. But it's too bad. I'm out here. So burning our place won't do you any good. Oh, really? Well, fate will find another way. You can't escape it. No, that fate isn't coming. Your misdeeds end here. Huh? What do you mean? Come on now. At my words, Kota's parents came out of our home. What? Kota's dad and mom?
Miku, I can't believe it's true.
Talking about fate and all. You can't cause trouble for others like that. Why are you both here? Since when? Since this morning. They drove here as fast as they could.
When we first heard that you were coming to set fire to the place, we thought it couldn't be true.
Miku, please stop this nonsense. You've got it all wrong. I wouldn't do something like that.
Then why are you here? An hour's drive from your place.
I just had some errands and happened to be nearby. Really? Now? Yes, really. You think we come all this way for nothing? We heard something disturbing and had to see for ourselves. Something disturbing?
Miku.
Dad? Miku, how could you? Mom, too?
Why are you here? I called them. They were the key to this plan. What do you mean? I told Kota's parents about the arson, and they contacted your parents.
We were devastated to hear you might be causing trouble for others. We saw you leave at noon, followed you, and here we are.
No way! This can't be happening. Why do you all believe this woman?
At first, we were skeptical, but Kota called and spoke seriously about it.
As parents, we believe our son and the woman he loves. No, but how did you know I'd act today? From your previous actions, stuffing mud and throwing eggs, it all happened daily. You also acted the day after making threats. How? I have a similar personality. Impulsive people act quickly. Once you declare something, you want to do it the next day. You need immediate results. Moreover, you wanted to break us up fast, so we knew you'd act soon.
We wished it was all a misunderstanding, that our daughter wouldn't cause trouble.
We came to see for ourselves and hoped to find you innocent, but now... Dad! Mom!
We spoiled you too much, and this is a result.
No, Dad! It's all the tarot! I'm just following fate! So stuffing mud and throwing eggs were fate too? Yes, it's all fate! Wow, you're admitting it. You used to deny it. Huh? Oh no!
Miku,
No, I just said that by accident! Miku kept making desperate excuses when...
Miku, enough. It's over.
Huh? Kota? Why are you here?
I told them I had a family emergency and left work early. I was going to wait until tonight to find out what happened, but I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Kota, help me! Everyone's bullying me! You love me, right? The tarot says so!
Miku, maybe it's time to give up the fortune-telling and tarot cards.
What?
I'm not saying they are worthless, but if you let them make all your decisions, you're just a puppet. Are you happy living like that?
What are you talking about? Thanks to the tarot, I know it's my fate to be with you, Kota.
There's no such thing as fate. When you talk about fate, you are really just setting things up for yourself. In a way, it's more like cheating or fraud.
How can you say that? I just wanted to be with you. We promised to marry when we were kids, remember?
That was when we were kids. Have you not grown since kindergarten?
No, I just wanted to be happy with you, Kota.
There are better ways to find happiness. Miku, show us your bag.
Wait, let go of me! Miku's dad took her bag and checked inside.
A lighter, matches, some kind of liquid, kindling.
Miku. No, it's all fate. It's not my doing. It's just fate playing tricks on me. I did nothing wrong.
Everyone, I apologize for all this. As her father, I make sure Miku is properly disciplined.
Wait, Dad! I'm not wrong! Miku, enough. We've spoiled you too much, and now you'll face the consequences. Why? I was just following fate. This isn't fair.
Miku, let me be clear.
What, Kota? You want to marry me after all? Fate is on my side?
Not at all. It's the opposite. We got along in kindergarten, but since grade school, I've been uncomfortable around you. You've hurt the person I care about. I can't stand you anymore.
Kota, why? I love you so much. Miku was crying and struggling, but her parents restrained her.
We'll be leaving now. Come on, Miku.
No, let go. I'm marrying Kota. Oh, by the way, Miku, I looked up a bit about tarot cards because of you. Did you know they have different meanings when reversed? What? The reversed lover's card means failure, foolish plans, incompatibility. That fits you perfectly. What? What does that mean?
Miku, enough. Let's go.
No, this can't be happening. I'm marrying Kota. Fate won't allow this. Miku was taken away by her parents. They scolded her severely and threw out all her tarot and fortune-telling items. Without them, she couldn't make decisions on her own and ended up shutting herself in at home. She wouldn't bother us anymore. After that, Kota and I had our wedding.
I'm glad. Ayaka, we finally had a wedding.
After all the hardships, it feels even more romantic.
I make you happy.
Kota and I lived happily ever after. I'm Saya. I just became a mother to a newborn son. I quit my job to focus on childcare when I got married. It was because I agreed with my parents' opinion. Saya, we worked full-time while raising you and made you feel lonely. We couldn't attend your sports days or class observations. We really regret it. We don't want our grandchild to feel the same way.
At least until your child graduates from elementary school, could you quit your job and focus on raising him, even if it's just temporarily?
Mom, Dad. My parents seemed genuinely concerned for my son's happiness. I understood their point. It's true that because they both worked, I felt lonely as a child. There were countless times I wished my mom could be home. I love my job now, but I don't want my son to feel lonely because of it. Alright, I'll quit my job and focus on raising him. Thank you so much.
I'll ask Satoshi to help with childcare too, and we'll support you as much as we can. If you need anything, just tell us.
Yeah, thank you, Mom and Dad.
Listen, Satoshi. Saya is giving up what she wants to focus on childcare. Please don't make things hard for her. If you can't keep that promise, we'll take her back, no matter what.
You need to help with the housework and childcare too. We'll also help with anything. But if you can't do that, we won't approve your marriage.
Leave it to me, ma'am, Dad. Of course, I will do my part. I'll be a great father.
Satoshi promised to help with the housework and childcare. But I began to think that might have been a lie during my pregnancy. By then, I was 9 months pregnant and physically struggling. The morning sickness wouldn't go away, and I felt nauseous every day. But he didn't seem to care.
Hey, is dinner ready yet? It's way past dinner time.
I'm sorry. The morning sickness is really bad. I don't think I can cook. Could you get a convenience store meal today?
What? No way. We had that yesterday too. Morning sickness? You are kidding. It's supposed to end in the first trimester. You were just lying. You think I'm stupid? You were just slacking off as a wife.
That's not true. Morning sickness can continue into late pregnancy.
Okay. You are making an excuse again. You are acting all high and mighty just because you are pregnant. If this were a job, you'd have been fired long ago.
That's not... I really...
You said you quit your job for childcare. But I bet you were too selfish and got fired, huh? That makes more sense, huh?
No matter what I said, Satoshi kept belittling me. I felt guilty for not being able to do housework, so I couldn't talk to anyone and just got through the days until the birth. Finally, I gave birth to my son.
Wow!
Congratulations! It's a healthy boy. Thank goodness. Thank you for being born healthy. Your name is Takeru.
Wow!
I was relieved that my son was born safely. But more than that, I was hopeful that Satoshi's attitude would change now. Takeru is here now. Satoshi will surely develop a sense of fatherhood and change, right? But when I brought my son home, I saw a horrible sight. What? What is this? Satoshi hadn't done any housework while I was in the hospital, leaving the house in a mess. Clothes are all over the place, the trash hasn't been taken out, and the dishes are so dirty.
Oh, welcome back. Could you clean the house right away?
What?
It was tough while you were gone. The house got so dirty and my suits were all wrinkled.
You should have taken care of it yourself, Satoshi. You rely on me for everything.
What? Unlike you, I actually work. It's only natural that you handle the housework since you don't work. Come on, put the baby to sleep and get to the housework. You are a mom now.
Are you saying I should put him to sleep soon? It's not that easy. If you think it's so simple, why don't you take care of him?
Hey, I just became a dad. You can't expect a parenting rookie like me to take care of a baby. Moms have that maternal instinct, right? I will do what I'm best at.
No matter what I said, Satoshi didn't listen at all. I grew angrier, but the exhaustion from childbirth and hospital stay was overwhelming. Alright, I'll do it. But from now on, you need to participate in housework and childcare as a father.
Yeah, I get it.
As expected, Satoshi didn't participate in childcare at all after that. He didn't help with housework either, so I had to do everything.
Hey, the cleaning isn't done. What are you doing?
Sorry.
After that, make dinner and don't make the baby cry. Don't be a bad mother.
Yeah, okay. How long will this go on? I'm reaching my limit. I knew I had to change the situation somehow. Even though I understood that, I couldn't master the strength to take action. And I continued doing all the housework and childcare alone. One day, our family visited my parents' house. We're home!
Hello, Mom and Dad.
Oh my, thank you for coming.
I'm sorry for calling you over when the baby is so new. We'll hold the baby so you two can relax.
Thank you, Dad.
No, as a father, I'll take care of him.
What? Satoshi forcibly took our son from my arms.
There, Daddy's got you. Wah. Stop crying. Good boy.
What is this? Is he just trying to show off in front of my parents?
Wah. He's not stopping. Maybe it's his diaper? Saya, give me a diaper.
What? He's never changed a diaper before. Does he even know how?
How do I use this? Like this? Wah! Shut up. Stop crying.
Satoshi, are you helping with the childcare as promised?
Of course I change diapers and bathe him.
Oh, how wonderful. But can I change his diaper this time?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
There. You were scared, weren't you?
Giggling. Saya, what's really going on? We can see it clearly. He isn't helping with the baby at all, is he? Are you okay? Can we do anything to help?
Well, Dad. I quietly told my dad everything. How Satoshi spoke harshly to me during pregnancy. How he demanded things right after I gave birth. How he doesn't help with the housework or childcare now. After I finished, my dad said,
I understand the situation. I think we should do something right away. What do you want to do, Saya?
I told my dad what I was thinking, and then the three of us went back home.
I'm home. Man, I'm tired. Saya, hurry up and make dinner.
Alright, but can you handle the baby's diaper and bath?
What? You do it.
What?
Don't you get it? I've been stuck at your parents' house and I'm exhausted. You might have been able to relax, but I've been on edge the whole time. It's only fair you do it.
Satoshi, you were acting like a super dad in front of my parents. Don't you think you should start participating in childcare for real?
I am participating. I earn the money to support you guys. You take care of the house and the baby. We are already splitting the duties.
I see. Got it. I thought I was giving Satoshi one last chance. If he helped with the baby even a little, I might have postponed the worst decision. but I don't care anymore. That night, after Satoshi fell asleep, I left the house. Takeru, from now on, Mom's going to protect you.
Giggling.
I headed straight to my parents' house. Even though it was late, my parents were waiting for me. Saya, you've made up your mind. Yes, I've decided I'm done putting up with it. Now I can finally be free. Saya, you've done well to endure this long.
Sorry we didn't notice sooner. Leave the rest to us.
The next morning.
Why didn't you wake me up, Saya? Where's my breakfast?
Oh, so you always called my daughter like that.
We'd like to hear more about this. Mom, Dad, why are you here?
What do you mean? Satoshi, we've heard you haven't been helping with housework or the baby. Saya told us everything.
No, Saya is exaggerating. I'm not be perfect, but I change diapers. Don't lie. We saw how you treated the baby yesterday. You didn't know how to use a diaper. And you cursed and yelled at the crying baby. Someone who does that can't possibly be helping regularly.
Satoshi, Saya told us how you spoke harshly to her during her pregnancy. You said her morning sickness was fake, and if it were a job, she'd be fired. You even said she was fired for being selfish instead of quitting to take care of the baby.
That was... And yet, you try to act like a super dad in front of us. Don't you feel ashamed? Yikes. We asked you to share the housework and childcare when you got married, but it's clear that won't happen. We have decided break up with Saya. What? But without asking her. She doesn't want to leave me. How is she going to survive without my support?
We've already talked to Saya. She cried at our house yesterday. She said she gave you a final chance, but you didn't step up. You wasted that chance.
A chance?
Didn't Saya ask you to help with the housework and the baby yesterday? If you had tried to help even a little, this wouldn't have happened.
Besides, she had a job before she married you. I think she'll manage just fine without you. But what about the baby? It's not fair to the child. A working mother is practically neglecting her child. Isn't that why you made her quit her job? What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with a mother working. Are you insulting every working mother out there? That's a slap in the face to my wife who worked too.
Maybe we were wrong from the start. If making Saya quit her job led to this, we should have found a way for both parents to work and share childcare. Or maybe it's good we found out who you really are sooner rather than later.
Satoshi, we are disappointed in you. But if you can clearly state what you did wrong, we might convince Saya to reconsider the divorce. But it's her decision. My chance is coming. I have to get this right. Ma'am, Dad, I haven't helped with the housework or the baby at all, and...
As a father, what should you have done for your wife and son?
Well, Damn it, why am I the one apologizing? This is ridiculous. I'm just putting up with her selfishness. Wait, if I explain it properly, they will see I'm right. Dad, Ma'am, I'm not in the wrong. Sure, I haven't helped with the housework or the baby much, but I work hard and bring in the money. That's what being a father is, right? Housework and childcare are mother's job. Isn't it more irresponsible not to do her job properly? This is just her being so selfish, right? Hey, right? Isn't it?
So that's how you really feel.
We understand your situation and feelings. So then, actually, we had Saya listening in on this conversation over the phone. What? Hello, Saya. You heard all that, right? What do you think?
I confirmed that he is a terrible person. He hasn't changed at all. I'm definitely not getting back together with him. Goodbye.
Oh gosh. That settles it. You must separate from Saya. Also, we've called your parents here. You can deal with them now. Huh? Satoshi.
How dare you?
Ma'am? Dad? Why are you here? Our parents contacted us. They told us what you have been up to. We were skeptical, so we hid to hear the truth from you.
I'm so ashamed. I can't believe you turned out this way. Maybe I spoiled you too much because I was a stay-at-home mom.
Ma'am, Dad, you are not gonna defend me? Why would we? You broke your promise to help with the housework and childcare, making excuses and acting unapologetic.
It's so embarrassing. We've caused so much trouble for Saya and her parents. I'm truly sorry.
No need to apologize. We are just glad to hear you understand.
Satoshi is a grown man now. It's not just your responsibility.
We are sorry.
We're sorry.
Why is everyone blaming me? Am I really that wrong? I've been just doing my duty as a father. She was slacking off as a mother. Housework and childcare should be the mother's job. Fathers help out of goodwill during their work breaks. Fathers around the world help with childcare even though it's not their job. I have been a great father. Why am I the bad guy? Enough. Gah! Childcare is a shared responsibility. It's not just the mother's job.
Even housework should be shared when one person is unable to do it. Even though I was a stay-at-home mom, your dad helped with dishes and laundry when I was unwell. Did you forget?
That's... but... Enough. If you still don't understand after all this, then we are cutting you off. Don't come back home until you have truly reflected. What? Dad, you are disowning me. I'm your son.
Yes, we are. You're an adult now. You should be able to figure out right from wrong on your own. You're such a great father, right? You can't come back until you understand what's right.
Oh no, even you, Mom. We are truly sorry. We promise he won't come near her again.
If he does, feel free to call the police.
Understood. We will.
We appreciate your understanding.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
We divorced shortly after that. Thanks to the lawyer arranged by my in-laws, the process went smoothly without any major issues.
We're really sorry.
If there are any issues with the lump sum payments, let us know. Thank you, Mom, Dad. Compared to Satoshi, his parents are reasonable people. I might let them see Takeru occasionally. I've heard that Satoshi is becoming increasingly isolated at work. He struggles with laundry and cleaning and has started looking shabby. People have distanced themselves from him, and he has no chance for promotions. He also badmouthed me to his colleagues, making them dislike him even more.
This isn't how it was supposed to be. Was I doing wrong?
He occasionally sends apology emails to his parents, but they haven't forgiven him. Even if they do, they promise he'd never come near me again. What happens to Satoshi now is up to him. Meanwhile, I've returned to work with my parents' help. There are more companies now that support working parents than in my parents' time. I found a job at one of these companies. Sorry I didn't find such a company sooner.
We forgot how much times have changed. We are truly sorry.
Don't worry. Even if I had kept working, a guy like Satoshi would have slipped up eventually. The moment he yelled at Takeru while changing his diaper was one reason I decided to divorce him. I couldn't trust my son to a man like that.
There, Grandpa's here.
Grandma's here too.
Giggling.
My parents adore him. He seems very happy with them. Alright, I'm off to work.
Don't worry about him. Leave it to us.
Do your best. We're rooting for you. Thanks. Divorcing Satoshi was the right decision. My new life is just beginning.